looking at the back end of a Square Body Chevy Truck. Let's go check it out and see what we got. And it's a short bed, people. But it's not just a short bed, it's a 4x4 short bed. I just got done picking this thing up, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I don't know. I got my 3/4 ton long bed 454 big block, which is a 2-wheel drive long bed 3/4 ton, like I said, and I'm not selling that. I'm keeping that. So I just picked this one up. I just got done bringing it over here. Now it had a topper on it. I took the topper off. Went over to the dump and dumped it. But, I mean, it's kind of rough, okay? It might be a parts truck. We might be parting this thing out. We don't know. But what I got to do is, now I did got a clear title on it. Came with a clear title, and to my shocking surprise, it also has the keys. That's a plus. But the main thing is it's a short bed. This is a short bed, 350. That's a 350 engine with a 350 transmission, and it's a 4x4. So let's get a gander up underneath and see what we got. We'll walk around it, and then you tell me what you think this thing's worth. As we go underneath here, we're going to look at the rear end of it, and we see a lot of slime and grease. We don't see a lot of rust, but we see a lot of used and abused grease. Now, we do see the heavy-duty suspension on it. If you look at the springs there, you can tell that's a heavy-duty half-ton. That's not your typical half-ton rear end. And we also see that it's got a lot of slime and grease on it. Did I already mention that? It's got single exhaust. We don't have dual exhaust on this one like I do on my 3/4 ton. But that's okay. That's all right. And then if we look under from this angle, you can see the engine. There's the engine over there behind the exhaust pipe, the single exhaust at that. This is not a dual exhaust. You can see where the crossover comes to this. So that's probably factory original. We got the transmission. Looks like it's leaking. We'll clean that up the best we can and see what happens with that. We got the transfer case right here. It looks gunked up and slimy as well. It's a single gas tank truck. It does not have dual tanks on it, which that's cool with me. I really don't care. I'm not really into dual tanks at all. I don't give a shit about dual tanks. I think they're a pain in the ass. Now, let me tell you about this engine. This is what I was told, and then you can leave a comment and see if we believe it. But this engine has been overhauled and blueprinted and balanced. Now, that's what I was told from a reputable person that's not a liar. But by looking at this, I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think this thing's ever been out of the truck. I don't think this engine has never been overhauled. And he also said that he guarantees it's going to run and drive. That's what he said. It's got its typical rust. We got rust on the rocker panel right here. That will have to be replaced, definitely, for sure. As we keep walking down, the bed's actually in pretty good shape. I think there was only one place that had rust on it. Very solid bed. It did have a topper on it, and you can see inside the bed is actually pretty clean. I looked under that old nasty carpet, and it's not rotted or rusted. It's in really good shape. So that's another plus that might help us out. We got some minor cab corner rust here that we can probably just cut that out and patch it. And then if I look at it, it kind of leads up into this area right here. So we could buy a cab corner and just cut the lower section off and replace that. It looks like somebody had something going right here, probably a whip. I'm thinking a CB whip or something, and they went ahead and welded that up. But as we look inside, you can see the truck's in. Let's get that door to stay open, bitch. Don't go anywhere. Okay, the spring stop is fucked. Okay, sorry. So let's go ahead and do this now. We'll hold it with our finger and we'll look inside it. It's got a hole right here. Why that hole's there, I don't understand. That's kind of odd to have that. This is not a Silverado package. It's not an upgraded package. It's just your average everyday 4x4 truck. Now I do want to show you this. Somebody took the lens off of the gauges. Why would they do that? Does anybody have an answer for that? I'd like to know. The dash looks like shit. It's completely ripped and torn up. The seat itself, it's actually in pretty good shape. You can see underneath there's no rips or tears in it, and it's probably the original. What do we got behind the seat? A bunch of stuff. So we'll go through that later. And there's a good children's manual. In case we break down, we got that to help us out. So that's a handy item to have. I did notice if we look under the floor here, let's go ahead and look at this. It does have rust on the floor. Somebody put a piece of galvanized steel on it. We'll make sure we get a good look at that here in a little while. But hopefully we got this panel. We might have to go down to the junkyard and get some parts for it. I'm getting excited, guys. I'm really getting excited. And the door shuts like shit, okay? I noticed on this door, if we come over here and we look around here, I think if I'm looking at this right, this is rotted and rusted right here. Are we looking at that correctly, that this is rust? Yes, it is cracked. So to get this door working properly, we'd have to take that off and weld that up. Probably get another door, not even use this one. And we also see there's a card right here from Needles, California. It says Needles Radiator and Repair. At one time they probably had a problem with their radiator and decided to keep that in case it broke down out here in Utah. They'd be able to call Needles Radiator and Repair to have them come fix it. Okay, so if we look at the bumper, we had some moron decide to pull on the bumper, and this is what morons do. They always go to the bumper. They can't go underneath on the axle. They got to use the bumper to pull stuff. And what does that do when that happens? What does that do? Can anybody answer that? What does that do when you use a bumper to pull on? It doesn't just do that right there, but look what else it does. Okay, they went ahead and buckled up the fender right here. When they were pulling on it, the bumper twisted and bent and crushed into the fender, which actually ruined the fender. But then on the other hand, look at this fender. It's got major rust right here. So a good used fender would probably be good for this truck. We also got rust on the inner fender wells, and they always seem to rust out right here. That's okay. My friend Pete to the rescue. All right, it does have power steering. We like that. Let's walk over to the other side. We'll see what we got over here. As we look at our 70, I don't even know what year this truck is. Now this fender here looks in pretty good shape. The reason I say that, I don't see any rot up in here anywhere, and the fender is actually really straight. It's not dinged or dented up. But it does have rust down here. Easy fix. That's an easy repair, no problem. And then as I look at this door right here, I'm looking at something funky here where they had some kind of trim and it got moisture under it and surface rusted really bad. This door, I don't know. It's in pretty good shape, but I've seen better. Here's another problem with cab corner action. So that's going to need 2 cab corners, not just one. And then we get to the back of the bed, and here's that minor rust I was talking about. We got a little section right here, and then if we follow my finger over here, this is the rust that we found right there. Nothing major, easy fix. You can actually buy a section and weld it in. And then of course the inner fender well looks really clean, as you can see. And it'll clean up really, really nice. So let's go ahead and open this door. It'll stay open. And look in here, we got a bunch of junk. And I did pull this back, and you can see there is rust right here. I don't know if it's rotted through. It might just be surface rust like it was on my truck. And it's probably from the heater core leaking. The heater core was probably leaking at one time. What is in the glove box? Junk. Yeah, it looks like somebody was sleeping in here. They got their nighty-night in the glove box when they take a nap. Okay, so we looked at the truck. Let's go ahead and take a gander at the engine and see what's in that. Okay, the first thing we notice is the hinges are shot, not just on this side. And then look what we got here. Somebody rigged this up so it wouldn't break on them. But as we go across to the other hinge, same situation, needs a set of hinges. Hinges are very cheap, believe it or not. They're only like 35 bucks each, which was very shocking when I had to replace them on my truck. So here's our engine that's supposed to be rebuilt, blueprinted, and balanced. This is the engine that he said that the guy rebuilt it. It was blueprinted, it was balanced, and it's a running, driving engine. Now I do see it's got a battery in it, so he was correct on that. It probably ran when they parked it 15 years ago. So I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think this was rebuilt, blueprinted, and balanced? Or do you possibly believe this is the original engine that came in the vehicle and it's never been out of the car? I did notice that it does have the original Quadrajet carburetor underneath. And I did pull the air cleaner up and it was actually pretty clean. So that's a plus. And then of course we got this right here, which is our power brakes. I did push the pedal in. The pedal seemed like the brakes worked. Wipers. That's actually the exact same wiper motor that I have. So the fan shroud looks like it's pretty solid. We got power steering. We don't have air conditioning on this one, which is fine. I really don't give a shit about air conditioning. But if I go to sell this truck, somebody might care about it. But my personal opinion, I don't. So, to replace these heater cores is very easy and simple on these trucks. It's not a big job, but we're going to see what's going on. Now, is there any water in the radiator? Let's go ahead and find out real quick. It feels like it's dry. And yes, it's dry as a bone. That's telling me that this radiator might have possibly or is leaking now. We'll put water in it later and see what happens. But there was a reason this was parked in, and the reason they told me it was parked is because the guy got old and had a stroke. Now this is something that's worth money right here. We got some original hubcaps, excellent condition by the way. We're gonna go ahead and put those on eBay and see if we can sell those. We got the complete set. Those are very rare. Those are factory original GM hubcaps. And we also got the rear ones to match. So when I sell the truck, these will not be going with it. So let me go ahead and pressure wash this thing. I'm gonna get it all cleaned up. We're gonna get it unloaded. It's a nice truck, guys. It's a beautiful truck. I'm gonna try to get it running before I try to sell it. I'm not gonna restore this thing. You're looking at a $50,000 project here to do that. It is restorable. It's a nice restorable truck, but not for my friend Pete. I bought this truck to try to make a buck on it, try to sell it, turn it, flip it, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to see what happens. So we'll be back on this story and get back with you on the action of the old whatever 70 year this is Square Body Chevy short bed truck. If you're looking for a rat rod truck and you want a project, call my friend Pete. We can probably make a deal. I got it loaded on the trailer right now, and we can probably meet halfway if we need to deliver it. Call me. Call me. Right now I got to get this out, get it hooked up, and start cleaning the shit out of our old baby blue, big, giant 4x4 Chevy truck.